Hey everybody. Clearing. All right, so today I'm hearing on the pre-shuffle, what are the levels of consciousness that the twins are working on? I was pre-shuffling this deck and Four of Wands Union 1111 came up. There are two swans on this card. I saw a whole field of swans today. That was interesting. Knight of Pentacles, foundation towards this union. Okay, so what are the levels of consciousness associated with steps towards union, full union consciousness? Union is a state of being, a state of consciousness. It is not a destination. It is a frequency of attunement. And so union is always available. Segregation versus union, fear versus love. This is the harmonizing layer. So twin flame union is the perpetual motion of living in alignment with love. That does not require that you are in a romantic relationship with your twin. That's the icing on the cake when you have utilized everything in this journey to move through the different obstacles and mindsets that transform your lives. That is part of the beauty of this journey, is also having such a beautiful romantic connection with your person, but it is not union in and of itself. It is one aspect of unified love, successful relationship. I believe the only truly successful love relationships are true twin flame relationships, divine counterpart relationships, meaning there must be a third energy, higher power, focus outside of the dynamic. When we make the other person God in and of themselves, we lose ourselves. We can make our partner God if we elevate them and put them on a pedestal because we think they are way better than us, or the best one in the whole world, or even not very good at all. Blaming and victim and all that sort of a thing can also be making somebody God, so to speak, worshiping them, reverse worshiping, fixating, obsessing. When we do that in any shape or form, we've lost sight of the true meaning of love. And so it is very, very powerful on this journey that we come into alignment with our own connection to source so that we don't put another human in that position. It's a sticky position. I just saw the blasted tower while shuffling. So let's see, what are the divine feminines exploring right now regarding the foundational steps towards union consciousness. Six of Pentacles, Lord of Material Success, and Eight of Pentacles, Lord of Prudence. So divine feminines are cracking the code of the material realm and bringing in abundance, seeing how to connect energy with the systems at place in the material realm, and being diligent to work with those things. Divine feminines are starting to see the flow, starting to see the connection more and more between the energetic intentions and the material flow of abundance. This is how niche works, is when we solve a problem, we add value, we have a service on any level that solves a problem. We are given an exchange for that solution that creates abundance and flow. So in this new energy, the more people we help, the more energetic benefit we give, the more we are blessed. I'm hearing for some you need to hear that about not believing in your gifts and talents or healing as appropriate to collect money for that. It is just an energetic exchange. There is enough to go around. Abundance is everywhere. And so think of it as an energetic exchange. What the divine feminines need to know about this gate of perception. We're getting the world in the reverse, and oh, there's that higher love grounding and mourning here. So this is a big message. We're mourning the ways of the world. We're looking at the things that did not resonate as this higher love and seeing where certain beliefs fall short. Just that one example of healers shouldn't charge for their healing. I believe that comes from a biblical passage that says, give as you are freely given. But part of that freely given energy allows for a cyclic flow. It does not say give until you're depleted and not also be in receptive energy. Part of giving in grace is receiving in grace. So yeah, divine feminines. If a particular thing that you are giving into is not reciprocating, focus elsewhere. Keep it moving, keep it flowing. Be accountable with your own effort or flow, more appropriately with your own flow. If you are being met with resistance, pay attention to the way energy works and direct the flow where it can go appropriately. Only you can discern if that is appropriate. Everything is permissible, not everything is beneficial. As we come into energetic mastery, we understand that things can be counterintuitive. Okay, what can we see for the divine masculines? What are the DMs processing on this pathway to increased union consciousness? Emotions, King of Cups. The king in this depiction looks very, very dumbfounded at seeing something a certain way that they had not seen that way before. So something divine masculines are experiencing emotionally is leaving them flabbergasted. Let's see what that is all about. How ironic, divine masculines. What is it that they are seeing? The spiritual truth. They have seen a key. They have seen a divinely guided, synchronistic, deeper meaning. They've seen an inverse. This is really cool because divine masculines, the ways of the world, it's like the way our eyes flip what we're looking at and our brain sees it in the inverse. Same dealio right here. Divine masculines, you are now seeing something in a completely inverse way from how you used to see it, and it's kind of flooring you. Beautiful. Let that happen, because whatever you are seeing, this is a more divinely guided truth. This is a spiritual key. It is the spirit coming in to show you the accurate interpretation, not the surface level, cliche interpretation from a limited 3D perspective. Very neat. What can we see for the counterparts at this time? Etheric reflector. Spiritualization of matter and reflected light. So these epiphanies that the masculines are having in a new spiritual context are definitely connected to divine feminine. And divine feminines, you are seeing how this light that you are can find voice and flow in many directions. It does not just need to be your divine counterpart. Unilateral, 360 degree loving. That does not mean free for all. Discernment, people. Guyanine and cystocene, commitment, connection, flexibility, and resolution. These spiritual truths are proving the connection, illuminating the connection. It's lighting up, firing. And divine feminines, this is how you can regulate what is healthy for you to express and exchange. It doesn't need to be in all ways. It can be for right now, it can be here right now, and here right now, and there right now. It does not have to be bound. And we get flat out nurturance, emotional transparency, and grace. We've had all these messages of grace and the flow of grace lately. We are coming into a state of grace where we give freely and receive freely without guilt and shame, because we trust ourselves to know where that is appropriate and where it is beneficial to be giving and receiving, and we are steering away from the things that don't resonate that way. This is real unconditional love, that it's all okay the way it is, but we can maneuver according to the principles of growth and flow and grace and joy. Okay, let's get into a divine masculine check-in. What can we see for the DMs out there? How are they thinking of these connections? The food for thought. How are they thinking of their divine feminine at this time? How are they feeling on the heart space to be graced with these connections in their lives? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I hope they're feeling that this is a good thing. And what are they feeling on the heart space for their divine feminine? What are they wishing in their own life and for these connections? What are they doing in their own lives and towards these connections? Biggest challenge, solution, spirit guided for that challenge, direction of the connections in the near future. And some messages for the DFs watching or the counterpart watching. Okay, on the conscious mind. It's never been so evident that you, divine feminine empress here, are not as central in the divine masculine's lives as you could be. They are really clearly seeing these three swords that are keeping their abundance, these unions, their dream life, I just heard, out of their every moment experience. These three swords are misconceptions that cause suffering, that the world perpetuates. The things we tell ourselves that are not true, that undermine our worthiness. And what we fear our counterpart is thinking of us. So divine masculines have all these painful truths, non-truths that have masqueraded as truths, the illusion, right on the conscious mind about this connection. All the reasons why they can't or aren't or won't be with divine feminine and live this abundant, incredibly badass, fully alive life. It's on the conscious mind right now. Why? What do the feminines need to know about this? The child card. This is the reunion card, the innocence card, the lotus coming up through the muck. This is the way of it. This is what needs to be seen and felt in order for some change to come in, for a pledge to redirect the course, to say, like in yesterday's reading, fuck it, and just go towards the Empress, abundance. inner child healing. Many times we lose ourselves. We're taught not to trust ourselves in childhood, or we lose that joie de vivre and we don't go towards it. This is the reclamation of it, the chance to reclaim it, the chance to say no. I want my inner child, my core essence, to be safe to express itself in any way that feels good to me, because I trust myself, I love myself, and I know what I bring to the world is high frequency and awesome. So divine masculines are really thinking about that. It's the why can't I just be with my divine feminine and rock this life again energy. What are the divine masculines thinking of their divine counterpart? Seven of Swords and burden. Well, they're definitely thinking that while they're off here toiling and slaving and burning the candle at both ends, that the divine feminine seems to have figured a few things out. Soul. So divine feminine, keep dropping into your soul. You might be feeling volatile energy from your divine masculine, writhing, I just heard. Really processing the... I heard nihilistic view of life. Like, what the heck is this life? Why can't I figure it out? What's the meaning in it? Where do we go from here? There seems to be a little bit of a disillusionment happening, and a frustration. This is very frustrated. It may not be openly frustrated. The emotional dam is breaking again a little bit with all that emotional transparency in the beginning of the reading. Divine masculines are beginning to see that they've been deluding themselves about priorities. So keep dropping into the soul to act as that homing device, divine feminine. Like, emit your truth out into the world and let your divine counterpart sort through everything that is not that. Love is the only eternal, so it's only a matter of time before all of that is released. Just stay in your soul space. Do the things that are well with your soul, divine feminine, in every regard. Listen to that. What can we see for how the divine masculines are feeling on the heart space for these connections? They're curious about possibly venturing out of their comfort zone. I heard about travel, about meetups, so they are feeling pulled to see you again. They're nostalgic. They're feeling like they want to bridge the gap. Intuition, they're feeling into when that can happen, how it will be, what it would be like if they saw you today, I just heard. What would it be like if they saw you tomorrow? What would that feel like? Are they there yet? Do they want it? Is there anything remarkable about that they would need to address? They're curious. They're using this hypothetical daydreaming right now to feel into where they can progress and expand and grow. Regarding their bravery, regarding your connection, regarding what this connection offers, regarding the implications of it. It's this pushing out of the comfort zone. They are more curious than not now what could happen, and they're feeling into it. They're giving it a shot. They're giving it a chance. They're giving it brain space consciously, but this is on the heart, so they're attuning and finding what does their emotional response to the scenarios that they are playing out in their mind. What is that emotional response to those things? What is that bringing up for them? Where are they feeling the comfortability? What can we see for the divine masculine's heart space for the divine feminine? When they humble themselves, they see nothing but potential here. They see how it's possible. So they are getting excited to see you again rather than it being cringy. They are finding flow. They are feeling pulled towards you, divine feminine. They know that they keep coming back around, that you are in their energy, that this is not flowing away. it's only growing over time. And so there are brand new potentials illuminating at every step of the way. The more they humble, the more they balance their ego, the more they temper their emotions, the more they pay attention to their emotions, the more they see that they have just touched the tip of the iceberg in this connection. What are the wishes for the Divine Masculine's lives at this time? To continue to work away in the 3D while not taking other people's bad attitude and energy to heart. They are understanding that they have to stay the course with something and not have external influences phase them. So they're seeing their own constitution in light of people pleasing, I'm hearing. Wish. Yeah, it's giving them safe space. They are in inner contemplation about what they are beginning to wish for, because they no longer need to prove themselves in their jobs, in their 3D lives, in their material assessment of the world. They're now daring to wish on the star, to dream higher, to say if that people-pleasing, approval-seeking part of myself isn't needing to prove anything anymore, what would I do if I didn't have that concern? This is the question emerging. What are they wishing for regarding this connection? Changes, sweetness. Hello, how are you? So they are wishing to make a little bit of a step towards. Oh, I just heard many of them want to be able to utter the words "I love you" and not have it be a overly fluffy thing or a binding thing. They just want to be able to say it because, gosh darn it, they do. They love you. Wisdom. This is the wisdom of the "I love you" I just heard. So they are wishing to balance out to the degree that it means everything and yet means nothing at all. An expression of truth in the moment. I'm even hearing some of them saying in their minds, "I love you, I love you, I love you." And not that it's echoing in their minds, but they are feeling it, rolling it around in there. And I'm hearing it's not so scary after all. Oh, this is what that really means. There's this inner dialogue assessing the emotional response to them understanding they love you, Divine Feminine. This is the wisdom of the "I love you." They're seeing it for what it actually is. And it's remarkable, I just heard, because it's not like any other "I love you" they've had. I think because I'm getting the image of a big open room with that rolling around inside of it, that it's spacious. It's a spacious love. It's from space, it's cosmic. Oh, child of the universe, my shirt says. I'm from space too. What are the Divine Masculine's actions in their lives at this time? Four of Swords and Hanged Man. So they've come through a period of stagnation, gridlock. Things weren't moving. Things are starting to move because they've had some epiphanies. They've had some realizations about the direction their hearts want them to go in. So now there's not so much of a confusion. They see that the things that have caused them pain are not as important as the resilient whisper on their heart about what they actually want to go towards in their lives, what they want to do. So there is this action to let that sink in, to just let it be part of the journey. Get the journey card here. So they're taking it in stride. Divine Masculines are learning to stride with the journey here, with the becoming. They don't need to know all the answers, but they don't need to hold on to things that are not true either. So they're putting down their stubborn pride, I just heard. In many regards, they're softening. What is the action they want to take towards the connection? We have sleepless nights and the Empress. There's something they want to get off their chest, I just heard. A test. This energy is testing them. This energy, the Empress being so brilliant, absolutely crystal clear. But this is a test of all of their wherewithal to embrace what they're being offered in these connections. What is the biggest challenge for the divine masculines? Bringing complete justice to their world, righting all of the wrongs, but having their material realm reflect the inner knowing impeccably. Root, allowing this to root in the physical is the biggest challenge. What is the solution to that? Bravery and cultivating grace. Queen of Swords is my grace card in the reverse. It's showing this push-pull, bumpy, not smooth kind of energy. So bravely looking at what is a sticky energy, what does feel like resistance, and seeking to address those points. Using inner guidance to navigate this. It's a surgical precision. The swords are very precise, pinpointed, targeted thoughts and concepts and impasses, crossroads, choices. So divine masculines are being asked to use bravery so that they can find the places that justice is not reigning supreme. Meaning balance. Justice is the balancing scales. So where things have not been fair, they're wanting to correct that balance. And divine feminines, this means you also are being asked to have grace and to see the grace-filled angle, the unconditionally loving angle that does not show up in a Queen of Swords, nasty, karmic, biting, bitchy way. So soften, because divine masculines are bravely working on whatever it is that they need to right now to come towards the connections, to set their lives straight. Whoa. Sometimes I can hardly believe the things that are coming through. I hear them, I have no personal agenda to say them, and yet, oh, here they come, and they all sound so lovely. So be it. What can we see for the divine masculines and feminines in the collective going forward? Karmic completion. I saw that flash to me. Alchemy, metamorphosis, karmic completion. So another wave of counterparts are completing karma, and karmic things, partnerships, scenarios are falling away. That can be in business, that can be romantic, it can be so many different levels, but there has been another level of shedding that. So groups of people, I know many people in the comments say same old over and over, but there are stages and cycles of this. So when the energy comes back around and we hear karmic completion, there are layers of that onion. And another one of those is being stripped away with this Gemini full moon. I think I said Libra full moon the other day. So this Gemini full moon is bringing in this balancing act. And so yes, it is righting wrongs and bringing clarity based on inner vision, deep, sovereign, inner advocacy, right now for our independent direction. No more karmic motivations. We are finding our way based on love and light. Many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.